Lecture number 2. Language. During the 8th century, Phoenician alphabets were used for the writing in the ancient Greeks. And this is the format of the writing presented here. And it also mentions the actual alphabets that we are using nowadays. They used to record their culture, religion, and philosophical thinking in these patterns. Religious belief of the Greek. They used to believe in a number of group of gods, and what they mainly believe that their god lived on the summit of the Mount Olympus in the Greece. It is actually why they assume it, because they also used to live around the Mediterranean Sea on the mountainous area. So here what they believe, that their god also lives on the summit, means the top of the Mount of Olympus in Greece. It is basically a highest mountain, and they assume the top as the seat of the god. Here is the image showing a number of gods in the picture, and this is actually what the top of mountain is. Olympus, the main mount, it was the name of the home of the 12 Olympian gods of the ancient Greek world. It means they believe that there are not only a group of gods, but also there are 12 main Olympian gods. Literature and culture of the Greeks. Their main writers were the Sophocles and Aristophanes. And what they did, they used Greek gods and heroes to create the plays. And in their plays, actor would use mask. These plays are mainly about the highlight. These plays usually highlight the politics, and also staged in which Socrates, that is a philosopher whose introduction is given in the initial pages, might be ridiculed. Two great poems, Lilith and Odyssey, were written by Homer. It includes the story of the Greek heroes' war against the city of Troy. Another belief of the god Greek is mentioned over here, that like Shang dynasty, Shang dynasty used to write the questions on the oracle bones. Greek also believed in asking questions from the god Apollo. Here, whom they ask questions? The god Apollo. All the messages from Greek states and rulers would be sent to the ancient shrine at Delphi. Now, this is actually a shrine, and what they used to do, they used to ask questions from the god. They assume that their god lives over here. But a high priest or a religious person would answer the possibilities of their question. This is the image of the Delphi shrine, and this is the god Apollo, whom they assume to be questioned. Sport. Within every 4 years, between 750 and 420 BCE, Greeks observed a sacred truce, which means a holy war. And in this war, they used to send their wrestlers, runners, and other athletes to compete in games at the shrine of the Olympia. At the shrine of the Delphi, they used to ask questions from the god, while at the shrine of the Olympia, they used to send their wrestlers, runners, and other athletes to compete in the games. Nowadays, we know the modern Olympic Games, and these games are also inspired by the concepts of the ancient Greeks. Here is the Olympia shrine, and the god is sitting in between. Here they used to send their athletes, wrestlers, to compete in the games.